20% in just 3 years, and it's 5 times more common in boys than girls. The largest increases they're seeing are in Hispanic and black children. Also, more kids are getting diagnosed by age 3, but 40% of them still not finding out until after they turn 4. All those numbers pretty startling, but the CDC says early diagnosis can make a big difference. Fox 13's Dr. Joe shows us how early treatment is the reason for one family's success right here in the Bay Area.
Sound for it.
At a table surrounded by his classmates, 8-year-old Mac is learning to read.
What sound is that?
K.
K. You are right again.
But what looks like a simple lesson is quite the accomplishment for this first grader.
You are so smart.
Mac has autism spectrum disorder, ASD for short. He's in a special class designed to help mainstream kids just like him.
Mac is my only child this year with ASD, but in the past I've had up to 3, and all 3 were very different. What do you have to do when I put a sign on that sign on your desk? You have to be
Quiet
and work quietly. You are so smart.
I am the dog.
You're going to write about the dog tomorrow?
Yes.
Here Mac gets one-on-one attention, and his progress is starting to show.
His spelling is amazing. He spells better than most first graders.
Reading, writing, and who can forget recess. With our cameras rolling, Mac hits a milestone.
That's the longest he's ever played with anybody, I have to tell you. Usually, I can't get him to stay with the group. And he'll play for a few moments, but then he loses interest.
But Mac's success isn't just from what he takes home from school.
He has a 40-hour work week, and I'm not kidding, because he works so hard.
Mac's mother, Jonica Chittum, says this family's new way of life began when Mac was just 11 months old.
I noticed that Mac started acting different, doing his own little routines all the time, and he didn't care if anybody was around him or not.
Mac! His doctors weren't sure what was wrong.
Mac! We felt like we were losing our son, and that we had to really do something to try to fight to get him back.
That fight began with getting help.
I think that's really important for parents to know. Instead of seeking the diagnosis, seek the treatment.
Sorry, Play-Doh is a type of, say, toy.
Toy.
Good. Play-Doh is a type of?
Toy.
Very good. What color
Treatment
Play-Doh
like
do you see?
this.
Tell me another color, say blue.
It's called behavioral therapy.
A lot of the research shows, the earlier that you start the therapy, the better the results are.
Kelly Prince is a board-certified behavior analyst. She's been working with Mac 7 years.
When I first met Mac, he didn't have any skills. He was a pretty severe case, even though he was only 16 or 17 months old at the time.
She documents his progress in this home video she posts on YouTube.
Frog, and the frog is green. Within a few months of therapy, he started using certain sounds to request things that he wanted, and he was also able to imitate some sounds.
Can you have what?
Can I have a ravioli?
Ravioli, sure.
Sounds soon progressed to words.
Daddy, hold my hand.
Kelly does most therapy in her office, but Mac gets his at home. After school, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week.
9, 10.
You mean 5. You really become part of their family. And, of course, you're really invested with their child. And, I'm sorry. I think I'm more emotional because, I have a son now. It just makes it harder every day to kind of see what the parents that we work with go through.
But along with the struggles are the rewards.
Every day he does something absolutely wonderful that just amazes me.
A sense of joy from little things most parents take for granted.
Part of it makes you very, very grateful because he's such a special child. I feel so lucky to have him in our life.
Now, behavioral therapy like Mac's can cost up to $13,000 a year. Some insurance companies will cover it, but a lot of times parents do have to pay out of pocket. Cynthia?
Well, that was really impressive, that therapy and how it seemed to work, Dr. Joe. But it was just this week, I think, that a federal court ruled that Medicaid does have to cover some of it. Does that apply to these kids, these parents?
This is a brand new ruling, and we have it right here. We have all these documents, and this judge did rule that if your child is under the age of 21, has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, that this ABA therapy will be covered. And so if you have been denied in the past, it's really worthwhile for you to talk to your doctor again.
I would think so. It looks like he's really made some pretty remarkable progress there, too. Did you meet other kids, or did you hear about other kids through that therapist that are just like him?
Yes. She says that it happens all the time. She has several therapists working under her. And I talked to another family who told me that they discovered it very early in their child. The child was about the same age as Mac, and he went on to run for his student council presidency when he was in middle school. So it can make a huge difference. But I have been told by both parents that you have to find the right therapist, one that works well with you, with your child, and so that can be critical, and you need to look for that certified behavior analyst.
Yeah, what a special relationship they seem to have, too.
Yes.
I'm sure that's part of it. Thanks so much, Dr. Joe.
Thanks.